Hello, it is Wednesday, June the 19th. Time flies. Already the middle of the month. I just celebrated my birthday 2 days ago. Before we know it, it's going to be July. The temperature right now, believe it or not, where I am is 93 degrees. Who would ever think that in June it would be 93 degrees? It's just unbelievable. Very quiet. I don't really hear many birds at all. I think they're deep in the bush there, trying to stay cool in the shade. I did head over to the garden center this morning to buy a few flowers, but I'm going to wait till after dinner this evening to try and plant them. So I got some raspberry bush, a blueberry bush. I'm hoping the birds are going to stay away, or I'm just going to be feeding the birds. Hi Jenny, how are you? Hi Cheryl. Yes, I did have a good birthday. Thank you. Yeah, my birthday was actually, today's Wednesday, right? It was yesterday. I said my birthday was 2 days ago, but it was on Tuesday. Hi Kathleen, how are you? Just saying how warm it is here. It's 93 degrees here at the moment. Isn't that crazy for the middle of June? And me, you know, I just want to work in my garden. So I was off to the garden center. I bought a blueberry and a raspberry bush. I bought some daisies, a beautiful deep purple iris plant, and some marigolds, because marigolds are supposed to keep, you know, animals and insects away from vegetables. We're going to see if that works. I got some squirrels eating all my mint leaves. I'm so upset. We wanted to make mint tea, but I just can't keep those darn squirrels away. Mama Robin left with her fledglings. Guess what? Yes, this morning I looked and she's starting to build another nest. So I was off to the store and I just bought a little plastic owl. So I hope if I place it in that area, she won't come by and make another nest, because we won't be able to go into that area. You know, and that's our special kind of sitting area near the pool. I saw on, where was it, on TikTok or somewhere, I saw that the only thing this lady got to work to keep robins away from building a nest was a rubber snake. Do you think I could find a rubber snake? I went all through the dollar store and I couldn't find a rubber snake. If the owl doesn't work, I might have to buy a rubber snake like on Amazon or something and try that one. But and I was upset, and I talked to that Robin. I said, look, Mama Robin, we had an agreement. I left you alone with your first, you know, bunch of fledglings. Now this is my space. I want it back. So I don't think she was too happy when I was there moving some of the branches that she put in to start to make a new nest. Hi, Siobhan, how are you? Hi, Bev, how are you? Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Happy belated birthday. I'm not sure that's okay. I actually celebrated my birthday on the Monday, but my birthday was yesterday, yeah. And it's kind of cool because I was born on the year I was born on the Saturday, and then Father's Day was the next day, so that was so nice. I'm just thinking about my dad with the Father's Day just being recently too, and him being on the other side and missing him and my mom. But hi, Dawn, how are you? Oh, thank you, Dawn. That's so nice. And every year I get a little wiser, and I hope a tiny bit older. But always young at heart, right? Always young at heart. It's what's on the inside, really, that counts. Does anybody have any questions about mediumship or anything like they'd like to share about experiences with spirit they had recently, or anything on your mind? I do know, and I really didn't look into it at all, but on Friday, June the 21st is the full moon in Capricorn. So that's coming up, a new full moon. And I've been looking at the moon every evening because it's been so warm. I've been going swimming at night. So every night I go out for my late night swim, I look at the moon. It's getting bigger and it's getting bigger. So by Friday, a full moon in Capricorn. So that's exciting. Oh, thanks, Bev. She said, hi, glad you had a lovely birthday, Kathleen. You're just more mature. That's right. It's not getting old, it's getting more, that's right, it's getting more mature. And you know what? The older I get, the more I enjoy life. Isn't that crazy? I don't have as many worries and concerns and things to think about. I mean, I still worry, but you know, I keep on top of that with my meditation and letting go of things, but I find life much more exciting. Hi, Ashley, how are you? Hi, Susan, how are you? Anybody have any questions or comments? Kathleen, I think there's like a spiritual warfare going on the last few days because I feel the Earth's energy extra lately. Dizzy and just feel, you know what? I feel the very same way, Kathleen. It's funny you say that. It's like I've had a headache for a couple days and I have a bit of I feel like kind of wonky in my head right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the way I was sleeping. Maybe it's the energy, but I do agree with you with that. I'm noticing the same thing. Perhaps it's just the full moon approaching. Dawn, looking forward to spending all month of July. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. I love it when my kids visit. I'm like, don't leave, stay. Yeah, headaches. I have the very same thing. It's like I'm not quite clear. Does that make sense? A little off balance, not quite clear. I feel the very same way. My stomach's been a little crazy too, but I'm watching what I'm eating, like bananas and rice and lots of water. But must be the full moon. And you know what? I really didn't do any research about Capricorn and the full moon. I'll probably maybe do that for myself tomorrow, but the full moon is coming, and sometimes the full moon will definitely affect you. And I know this weather is all kind of off. I think everybody's a little off with this hot weather, even the animals. Dawn, oh, it's so funny you say, I had the same thing yesterday. Dawn, I woke up with a fast heart rate and sweating the other day and headaches the past few. I had that yesterday. It was like, oh, it's like my heart feels heavy. I'm like, what is that feeling? I had the weirdest feeling in my chest yesterday. So I don't know what that's about. Very odd. Hi, Cheryl, how are you? You know what I would suggest for that? I would suggest, you know, kind of like a clearing, right? A clearing and a grounding. And you can meditate too. Check in with your guide. I would like to hear your definition. Hold space. Okay, this is my interpretation what hold space means to me. So say for example, I'm giving a reading to a client, and maybe I get to the message or the end of the reading and I'm aware of the body language, etc., that my client's really upset and emotional and they aren't particularly in a good place. So what I do, I hold space for them. So I say, stay here, be with me. I'm going to hold space for you. You can verbalize, say whatever you want, express emotion. And that's how I interpret what holding space for someone means. It's about, let me see, holding space, a space of like compassion, empathy, understanding, not trying to really control the person, let them be where they are and accept them where they are to express themselves in the way they need to express themselves. Does that help, Cheryl? That's my interpretation of holding space. You know, and I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be when it's, you know, doing mediumship. One of my siblings might be upset and I'm aware of that, and I just allow that space for them to express what they need to express. And I listen. I don't give a lot of advice or guidance. I'm just there holding that space so they feel comfort, they feel security, and they're able to kind of let that go. That helps a lot. Okay, good. That's my interpretation. And I find I do that quite often. It's funny. It's like, okay, it's like you just got to be with them. It could be a pet, it could be a sibling, it could be a partner. It could be anything really. Anything at all. Sometimes I think it's like even just like walking in nature, just like, you know, holding space, being in that space. It feels sacred to me. very energetic, very open. And I do, and when I'm just thinking it, you know, and I feel like it's this, it's almost like a channeling of divine source. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, good. I hope that helped. I hear that pop up once in a while. I think my student said something about that last night, if I remember. But yeah, holding space I find is extremely important. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything. Uh-oh. Kathleen, the video keeps freezing and cutting in and out. Wonder if it's on my end or not. Kathleen, did you have trouble last week? I remember somebody had trouble last week cutting in and out, and then everyone else said that they were fine. Hi, Hi, Sydney. How are you? I like to believe it keeps their energy. Oh. Yes, that's true. I would agree with that, Cheryl. I just had to think about that because you're giving them the opportunity to express it, right? To express their energy so they're not like projecting it onto others. To me, it's almost like a release of helping them to release like bottled up energy that needs to be released. So it's almost like you're bringing them a bit of grounding, almost like a bit of cleansing. So that's the healer in me speaking. I'm taking a healing course right now, so everything for me seems to go in that direction, especially if it's negative. Yes, yes. If the energy's negative, let me just think, because I've had examples like people are yelling, and it's almost like in that situation, it's almost more like a kind of like a step back, and you don't take on those things that aren't connected to you. Hi, Shvan. Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for being able to do that. Oh, yeah. Something to think about. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm going to think about that more. Usually I tend to use that in an uplifting, empathetic way. But yeah, I'm going to think about that a little bit more. Hi, Shanae. How are you? Anybody else have any kinds of questions? I'm not really sure. Cheryl, are you a medium or a healer? I'm not really sure if just the questions that you ask. If not, perhaps one day. Hi, how are you? Hi, nice to see you. Does anybody have any other kind of questions about anything at all? Work, I can tell. Good for you. You're on a good path there. I like your thinking. Good for you. Ask lots of questions, right? It was funny. I was just talking to my students last night about what is an evidential medium. We were talking about, evidential mediums are like a detective. They're curious. They have a high level of sensitivity. They're an empath. So those things were just coming to mind when I was looking at your questions. So yeah, ask questions. Figure it all out. Good for you. Excellent. I love that. I absolutely love that. So exciting that you're starting your journey. Congrats. Any other, so I talked about the bird that came. Oh, the other thing too last night. So I went out and lo and behold, what do I find? A snake. I posted on my Facebook because I didn't know what kind of snake it was. But again, I've moved, so it's a more forested area, so I should expect that. I was just a little shocked when I saw it. And it just scooted under something, and then I was teaching my students last night, and then I ran out and I put water. I thought, oh, it must want water. That's why it's by the pool. So I put some water in a dish. Then by the time the class was over, I didn't see the snake at all, but it was dark. So it probably found a nice cool place to go. But learning all kinds of things about animals here. But that's great. They're welcome here. I would never hurt them. So it's kind of cool seeing a snake. Siobhan said, people that passed from dementia, do they go back to their... Absolutely. Absolutely, they do. And not only that, Siobhan, which is really cool, and I've had this experience because you can communicate soul to soul, right? So it can be soul to soul on the other side, or like soul to soul, which is more psychic on the earth plane. So I've had the opportunity, quite a privilege, to be able to communicate with someone's loved one who had dementia. And it was a soul to soul connection. So I was getting that information soul to soul. It's fascinating how it all works. There is that that healing, and what I've found, and I've heard a lot of people say this too, they've confirmed it, that when you go back to the when you go back to the other side, the spirit plane, souls tend to go back to a stage where they were the happiest and the healthiest. So I think sometimes it's around like 30s, 20s, something like that. So that's why it's challenging sometimes for mediums. And I'll even say that, like I'll see the spirit communicator. It's like, boy, they look young. But I'm like, but they don't feel young. So I've got to ask the age, because the way they're presenting themselves, they look younger than they actually are. But that's how, right? Their best selves, how they're presenting themselves from the other side. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes. With all kinds of illnesses, right? The healing takes place on the other side. Absolutely. And remember also that soul has learned the lessons they needed to learn also from that particular illness or how they passed. Any other questions or comments? I hope that helped. You know, and very often too, I'm just thinking of different ways that spirits pass. Like, for example, I've had spirits who have maybe overdosed or had a hand in taking their own life. And very often they just want to come through to acknowledge and take responsibility for their actions, because that's part of their healing plan on the other side, their soul growth. So that happens quite often too. Do you remember last week with, I can't remember who the audience member was, who her brother's partner came through, and that really stuck with me, that reading. And her message was about her partner forgiving himself so he could move on in his own healing journey. Yeah. So that was I found that quite moving. I think that was last week or the week before. I can't remember. Sometimes I get them mixed up. And then we had the lovely, certain ones really resonate with me and they kind of stick with me for a little bit. I don't remember all the details. And the other message last week was from the mother who was a teacher. That was just quite awesome, about her philosophy about teaching and how that fulfilled her soul mission. That really touched me deeply too. And I've learned something from these messages that were quite deep for me and my growth as a medium. So that's, and again, last week was the gentleman who was the race car driver, and he came through to acknowledge how his intentions of love and caring for the family kind of went awry. That was quite, I've never heard a message like that before either. So there's always healing and growth in the messages that either you receive or you hear or you have the privilege to give to others. Yeah. Has anyone had a reading lately that they thought was interesting, or a dream, or anything at all that you'd like to share? Hi, Mary Ellen, how are you? Because I just chatter on about anything, so I'd like to support audience members with any questions they might have or experiences they've wanted to share. Oh, I've got one more story after I've said that. So On Monday, the day before my birthday, we went downtown for dinner. So we took an Uber down. That's fine. We took an Uber home and we're driving. My husband's falling asleep in the back seat. And all of a sudden, the Uber driver said, "Do you mind if I ask you something?" I said, "Sure." He goes, "Did you know the street you live on is like one of the most haunted places in the GTA?" I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Don't be afraid. Everything's okay. You don't have anything to be nervous about." And I said, "I've heard about that." I said, "I think it's more of an urban legend. I think there's some kind of ghost or something of a young woman that kind of wanders around, but it's down the road from me." And then unfortunately, there was a terrible accident where I believe it was a grandfather and three grandchildren died in a car accident, and you can see the crosses there in the corner. That's down the street from me too, and I always say a little prayer and send light whenever I go by there. And so I just said to the Uber driver, I said, "Don't worry, everything's going to be okay." I really haven't had any bad issues, but I did mention to him that I did have a dream. Oh boy, was it 2 months ago? I was awoken, it was around 3 a.m. and there's this young woman looking in the window. And I tell you, I think it was that woman that kind of wanders the street. And basically I said to her, "You gotta leave. You're not welcome here. I'm sleeping. Goodbye." She never bothered me again. But she was just, I'm like, what the heck? Woke me up from a deep, deep sleep. So I have had that experience. That's the only one, I guess, kind of connected to this area. And then the other one I had was, I was woken up a few times by the original owner of this home. And I just spoke to him and I convinced him I'm taking good care of the land, of the house. We intend to be here long term, blah, blah, blah. So once he was convinced everything was going to be okay, away he went and he hasn't come back. So that was kind of an interesting thing. That's the second time an Uber driver has brought that up. When my daughter came to visit taking an Uber, she said, "Mom, the Uber driver said something about this street's haunted." And I thought, isn't that ironic? This is the street I end up living on. But you know, haunted, you know, I'm always love and light and positive things. So Siobhan said, "I have dreams that my husband is alive again. I know in my dream he died, but somehow he came back to..." That's interesting. And you know what? This is going to sound silly, Siobhan, but in a sense, maybe the word alive isn't the right word, but he is alive, but instead of being physical, he's in the spiritual. It's just a different form, right? It's just a different form. He is there. You can communicate with him. He can communicate with you. I wonder if feeling, having like thoughts about him being alive again is maybe like connecting with him again. I don't know. Oh, but when he comes back, he's just a friend. I don't know. I'd have to think about what that means. And Siobhan, if you connect in with your guide, or you can just meditate and go into your heart and like, what does that mean? What does that mean? It almost means, I'm just feeling into this now. And it almost feels like, so here on the physical plane, he was your partner. Now in the spiritual plane, he's like a friend. He's like a helper from the spiritual plane, assisting you. Because really officially, in terms of partner, you can't really have a partner like spiritual plane, earth plane combined, that kind of partnership in traditional society. But he can be your friend, your helper, your guide, your supporter, your guide, all those things. He can do that for you. I wonder if that was a way of kind of him getting that information through to you. Like, I'm still there, but now I'm guiding you. I'm assisting you in a different way from before. That when I feel into that, that's what I'm getting, Siobhan. So feel into that information, see what resonates with you. Kathleen said, "I'm waking up at 2, oh boy, every night for the last 5 nights. Every single night I talk out loud and ask my mom if it's her or what she needs to tell me. But still waiting for her to show reply. Let me know." So I'm going to tell you first thing, Kathleen, The fact that yeah, so think about that, Siobhan. That's just my intuitive, I was just feeling into that, and that's what it felt like. Like an awareness of like kind of like a different role now that he's on the spiritual life in your life. Kathleen, okay. So the fact that you're waking up around those times, so I'm assuming you're in a deep sleep and you're waking around those, so you're discerning, or you're aware of some kind of energy around you. So that's a good sign. That's the first step. So you're aware of that. So that's a good step. And then you're asking out loud, Mom, if it's her, what she needs to tell me. Instead of saying, what would I do? Okay, let me think what I do. So I wake up at 3. I'm a really strong clairvoyant, so I really see. I see right away. I see an image. So usually what I'll do if I feel like, oh, it's my mom or it's my dad, I'll say, hi, Dad, how are you? I'm aware you're here. And then I just start the conversation. I really miss you. I've been thinking about you. Everything's okay, etc. And then I'll say, what brings you to come and visit me? What do you want to share? And then I kind of open up that dialogue. I wonder if that might be a strategy to help you, Kathleen. There you go. Okay. Kathleen says, I'm an empath and see, yeah. Kathleen, like out of the corner of my eyes, I saw my mom and dad when I was 4, and I remember every day. There you go, there you go. I talked to her all the time and wrote, oh, awesome. Okay, so you're doing a great job. So maybe you just have, you know what? Sometimes when it's that and you're not quite getting it, or it's not quite blending or that connecting when you wake up, it could be also that mom's just working on that from the other side, coming through, figuring it out. Because spirit communicators have to do all of that also, right? Kathleen, but with her, I can't see, but I feel her sometimes, but not lately. And that's okay too. Because remember, our loved ones in spirit, they're busy, they're doing things on the other side too. Also, trust me, they're monitoring, they're watching you, they know where you are. And very often spirit will kind of like, they're in this healing, or they need to learn this. I'm going to step back. Once they learn that, I'm going to come forward again. That happens too, like they're working with you. And that's awesome that you feel her presence. That's just awesome. And again, like, I'm just that you don't, and again, for some reasons you might not feel their presence. Sometimes it's a block. Sometimes you're thinking too much about them. As soon as you don't, it's kind of like your subconscious opens up and that can flow through the energy. Sometimes also just kind of putting your intention out. Mom, I really want to communicate with you in the next few days. Show me a sign, and then just let it happen. Let it go. Let it happen. Whenever I get communication from family members, I'm not thinking of them at all. It's like, boom. It just comes through and I've got it. Cheryl, I am aware of who it is, but what time they wake me up, 4:30. Ah, there you go. So it may be that too. There may be a particular time your loved one spirit wants to come through that they prefer. Kathleen, her and the universe are working overtime on my life. Oh, isn't that beautiful? There you go. And you know what? Why are you putting expectations? My guide wants me to say this. Why do people always put expectations on themselves? I know it's my mom if I see her and this happens. No, that's not the way the spirit world works. My guide just wants it. That's not the way it works. It's about surrender. It's about blending. It's about trust. And it's about allowing. So that was the message that I was told. So look at all the positive things happening in Kathleen's life, and she knows. So don't be concerned about that particular time in the day and having expectations. Let the expectations go and see what happens. See what happens. Absolutely. That's so lovely. Isn't that lovely when things like that happen, Kathleen? I always talk about that, like being in the flow with the universe and just things are coming and this is so awesome and I can't believe this. And I start writing things down because it just seems so miraculous. And that's really the way it's supposed to be. Who gets in the way? We do. Our mind, humans get in the way, right? We put up the blocks. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to think. I was just going to say when, you know, sometimes they don't come through. Like it was just my birthday. I kind of felt my parents around me, but I didn't have any official sign or anything like that. But that's okay with me because I know they're there. I know them. I feel them. I know them. I don't need some big boom sign anymore. Kathleen, yes, laugh out loud. I trust in them. Everything I felt was going on with work, it was. It all came to a surface last month. And, oops, see more. Can I see more? Shoot. Sorry, let me just see more. Oh, it always does this to me sometimes. No, I can't get the see more. And then something happened at work. All came to surface last month. And you know, again, I think I just said this, but they do check in quite often. They're aware of what's happening. And I really feel this, like my loved ones gave me that sense, that kind of piece of knowledge, and even other spirit communicators. It's almost like if you're in need or there's something that needs, where you need their support and they know, it's almost like, I don't know, there's like a signal that goes to them and they just know when they're there. Fired. Okay. I got let go on Thursday. Everything I felt was going on with work, it was. Okay. And I don't know, Kathleen, I'm just drawn to ask you, and how do you feel about that? Are you in an okay place? That's what I guess I'm asking you. Because you just got to remember, you know, any kind of change in job or that can be, they better have a new job lined up for me. I'll have to reach out to you about it. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm in good. Oh, good. Good. Oh, good. I was just like, I think she feels okay. I was trying to feel into your energy, you know, and that's a good thing. So you feel good. You're open. You now have that space. Now here's that space, right? You know about holding space. We're talking about space again. It's like an opening in your space, right? Your energy for something to flow in more aligned with you, more positive. And I'm going to tell, it's a weight off your, there we go. Kathleen said it's almost like a weight or a stressor, not good for, so now you know that was meant to be. Absolutely. You'll be happier. You'll feel healthier. Absolutely. Lovely. Hi, Lynn. So again, you can put out into the universe. I don't know, Kathleen, do you have a guide? Do you work with a guide? Are you aware of a guide? Because a guide can help you with a lot of these things that you may be talking about with your parents, family members. I'm just wondering, Kathy, I tried to figure out who my guide several times. Okay, there's the problem. I don't like that word. Figure it out. So you just, you know, sit in the quiet. You can put in the intention to meet your guide with the highest purpose, etc., to work with you. Just kind of surrender, allow, welcome them kind of into your space when you're meditating, and just allow, see what happens, see what happens. Maybe I've got to do like a workshop on meeting your guides. You know what? And I have, how many students do I have? 4 students. And I think when they all started with me, I think one did one student, I don't think any of them were aware of their guide. But it doesn't even matter if you're aware of them or not, because your guide is there. Okay, your guide is there. They're assigned to you. They're working with you. So if you need to have that confirmation, you can do that meditation, ask them to step forward and introduce themselves and say, I'm so excited. I want to work with you. Give me a sign, and then wait for the sign to come through. And I'll talk to my guide about things like that. Like I'll say, I talk to my guide about, mine has a lot to do with teaching. So I might say to my guide, I have a new development class coming. Will you bring in, I did ask my guide this, and it's true. I said to my guide, can you bring in some Canadian students for me? Because I live in Canada. So, I just want to feel like I'm doing something in my community, Canada. And I actually have four Canadian students now. Isn't that awesome? I didn't have any expectations of time, but they slowly rolled in. And I just found that really exciting. I love American students. I love working with American students. I work with students from the UK too. It was just like, how come no one in my country wants to work with what's going on? So it was so awesome when that happened. I was like, high five to my guide. So little things like that. I'll ask my guide, and then I'll look for the confirmation. Then I give the gratitude. To me, my guide is almost like, my BF, or a really important guest to me. You know what I mean? So I'm polite, I'm respectful, I co-create with them. I don't ask them crazy things like what are the lottery numbers and things like that. Kathleen, meditation doesn't work too well with me. The family dysfunction is at its, oh boy. Oh yeah, I understand, yeah. I kind of had my own thing. Let's see, where it doesn't work. Okay, passing, I have my hubs and my babies, and yes, right now. I'll pune on that. Okay, we'll chat all day and night, or I'll get to reading. Okay, yeah, no problem, Kathleen. Thank you. That's so generous. Thank you. Yeah, I'll PM you later on if that's okay. We could chat all day and night. Yeah, okay, my heart's with you right now. I can feel that energy, so that's why I was just putting a bit of time into that. No problem. Okay, any other questions? And then I guess I should get to the readings. Okay, so if just a reminder, these are going to be mini readings. This is recorded, and then I'm going to post on my YouTube channel because a lot of times people want to review it. So that's awesome. So just that you're giving permission to do that. I do this with the highest of integrity for the highest and the best good of everyone involved, be it a viewer, be it the person that receives the message, the spirit world, etc. Yeah, okay. Is there anything else that you want me to say? Let me just see if there's anything else. And again, I do this just to bring knowledge about the spirit world and mediumship to the forefront, to inspire others. If you're thinking of exploring mediumship, to support others who are grieving or just want to understand more about their life purpose. Mediumship, it did change my life. It changed my perspective about life, especially the fact knowing that our souls are eternal and that our consciousness does survive physical death. It's just like, wow, isn't this awesome? Just awesome. Life is a journey. It's a privilege. It's about learning about love, learning about giving and receiving, and just being your very best authentic self. That's what I truly believe life is all about. Doesn't mean it's not challenging and there's not ups and downs, but when you get to the nitty-gritty, it's all about love. Okay, awesome. Okay. So everyone can just take a deep breath in and relax. Remember that no expectations. Open up that heart space. Welcome your loved ones in. And if they so choose, I'll try and make a connection with them. All right. All right. Okay. I'm aware of a mother in spirit. She's coming through first. Very, very, very strong energy. And I feel she's coming through with her husband. So I feel that it's a mom and dad. And they're coming through together. And the mom's kind of taking the reins right now. And she's saying, I know it's for a daughter. And she's saying, she wants to know we're okay. She wants to, oh my goodness, I'm not sure if this is maybe for Kathleen, but okay, but let me just, she's like, she wants to know we're okay. She wants to communicate with us. She keeps saying that. She just keeps like coming through for her because there's something about communication and connection that's been like ongoing. Is that what she's saying? It's been ongoing. She's trying to reach out. She's trying to connect with us. Okay. All right. So that's what she wanted to say about that. Let me just see what else she wants to say. And I feel this passing may not have been that long ago. Like I'm getting a range like 5 to 3 years. And there's some kind of connection. I don't know. I'm just getting it like mentions of like COVID. So I don't know if it was during the time of COVID. And I'm feeling like there's some kind of like, I almost want to use the word tragedy. So I almost feel like one parent passed and the other one passed not too far after. Is not okay. That's okay, Kathleen. Okay, let me just see what Kathleen's... My dad is not passed. Her father is, and my dad's father. Okay, so that would be your grandfathers are, okay? I'm just writing down grandfathers so I don't lose track. That's okay. I'll just feel into that. I don't know why I was drawn to you, but I was 6 months for me, almost 7 for the passing. Okay. And no connection to COVID. No, that wouldn't be a connection to COVID. Okay, let me just keep going with this one right now. Because I keep seeing a pair, and I feel like it's a pair. So it feels like mother and father pair are both gone. Cheryl, okay. Can you take that? It was like, I don't want to say really recent, but about 3 to 5 years within that range. Cheryl, can you take that? Like I'm not getting 20 years or anything like that. Okay, well, there might be a little of a blip there, so let me just get some more information while I'm waiting for that. So I felt like I'm getting 3 years. I don't know if I want to extend it to 10. And I still felt this like connection about 10 years. So, okay. That's okay. So I got it to 10. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Hold on. Let me just go with the personality of the mom. Okay. The way mom's presenting herself to me, I would say that she was the bigger or the stronger personality of the two. Why does she keep emphasizing her voice? Did she have a big voice or a big laugh? She just keeps emphasizing her voice to me. She keeps, my voice. She keeps talking about her voice. Can you take some connection to your mother's voice here, Cheryl? It's almost something about like the loudness of her voice. I don't know if you've been, it's like spit it out. What's she saying? Spit it out. Something about the words, the voice. You sound like her. Okay, because she's like, spit it out. Okay. I don't know, maybe she's telling me that, spit it out. Okay, because she just keeps going voice. She's just showing me the voice. Okay. And I'm getting her to laugh again. I feel that she had a big laugh, or when she laughed, everybody laughed. She's just laughing, and like big laugh, laughing. She just keeps showing me laughing. It's like, how's she saying it? It's almost like it's like she's saying like, when I laughed, the room laughed. She's saying like that. When I laughed, the room laughed. Something about the room laughing. People around her laughing. Big laugh. Okay, thank you. All right. What does she want to say? She's saying this. She's saying like, honey, I'm going to say exactly how she's saying it to me. Honey, I know you've been reaching out to me. Is that correct? You've been reaching out or communicating with your mom. Because I'm going to tell you that this is why this lady came through. Something about reaching out, connecting with her. And it's like what is this? It's like on a deep level. Let me just see if I can, what is this? It's something, like I feel like an emotional component to this. It's almost like, like an intimate kind of conversation with mom. It's like, Mom, like I'm just, what is it? Like I'm just not sure, or what do you think? I'm trying to figure this out. And and it's funny, and it's around this, like I see a lot of pink. And pink for me is just love. So it's like your mom's like sending love to you. There's this love connection. Okay. Let me just see if she can tell me more about this. Because I know it's really important, this conversation and what this is about. I almost feel like it's, what is this? Something connected to the family tree? Something that has to be like worked out or forgiven. Like there's a real depth to this, Cheryl, if you can take that. Sorry, I'm just trying to dig here and get... I don't know. I've got forgiveness here. Can you take that, Cheryl? Something about your mother's just saying to me forgiveness. She's saying that forgiveness. And it's almost like forgiveness. Forgiveness in what way? I don't know what this is. Like forgiveness in interactions, forgiveness in words said, forgiveness in relationship. There's something about forgiveness here, and she's just putting a lot of love around that situation, Cheryl, that you were talking to her about. You understand the forgiveness part? Okay, because she keeps saying that forgiveness, and it's like I'm seeing this pink light around you and her, and that whole issue. And I don't know. I again, she said like there's some kind of family connect. It's like I'm getting like family. I'm getting like it's funny. It's like almost like ancestral. I don't know what she's trying to get at, like family tree type of thing. So she's talking about that, and that she's bringing that love in with that. And she's saying, it's interesting. She's saying, your mom's saying to me that she's saying, you've got the biggest heart of the bunch. She's saying that you've got the biggest heart of the bunch. She brought it through as matter of fact. You got the biggest heart of the bunch. So I know she's referring to other people. Okay. What is something about, what is it? Don't let it slip. Don't let it slip. It's almost like following the steps, writing things, something about don't let something slip. Don't let something, like, it's almost like don't let it slip. Don't lose control of it. I don't know why she's saying like write things down, the steps. Don't let it slip. Don't let it slip. Don't let something slip. All right. And then she's just bringing to my attention, like, I don't know, it's like a male with a bad attitude. That's what I got. Male with a bad attitude. That's how she's giving it to me. Okay. And she's like, I know, you know, I know. It says, you know, I know you. She's saying it like that. Like, we get it. You and I, we get it. She's just saying that. She's like, we don't have to go over this whole, I don't know what this is. This whole crock, this whole basket of whatever, these issues. She goes, you know, I know, you know. So she's saying that like we're aligned. We understand what's going on. And it's funny, she's just adding to that, even though I don't know if at one time she wasn't as helpful as she could have been in like laying plans out or assisting in something. So now she's saying, now I'm here, full force. You have my support. You have my guidance. I need you to know that I'm here. I'm here. She just keeps saying that I'm here. Okay. I just want to see if your father wants to say anything. He's just kind of quiet. He's supporting her. He's nodding his head. It's almost like he's got his hand on her shoulder, like, you know, like she's got this. She knows she's, I feel like your mom's like a powerhouse. I got a powerhouse with your mom. And your dad's just, I feel a more gentleness with your dad. And he's just saying, you know, how does he come through? He's just acknowledged. He's saying, I'm around you, Cheryl, you know that. He's saying it's like very subtle. It's like a very quiet, I don't know what is this? Like almost like subtle, quiet energy. And he's saying like, that's me. Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. Yes, Cheryl's just saying a toxic family member that I want to lash out, but I know it's only, yes, and that's the don't let it slip. You understand that? You know, keep the cap on it, keep the top on it. Okay, thank you. And it's funny, it's almost like your dad refers back to your mom. Okay. Yeah, but he's saying, you know, I'm there too. He goes, what is it about he's like, I am inspiring you with the gentleness, the letting go, the silence, the quiet. And it's funny because how he presents himself, it's like he's showing me like, you know, the beautiful, delicate, gentle, like wing of a butterfly. You know what I mean? It's like so gentle, but so much beauty and depth to it. Oh, that would be your dad. Totally. Thank you. And it's like, so please watch for like, I want to say butterfly, but it's almost anything that's delicate and beautiful and your attention's drawn to, stop. Oh, darn. I'm reconnected. So when you're drawn to anything that's like beautiful, I just want you to like kind of stop and say, hi, Dad. And he's encouraging me to say hi, Dad, because he's like, I'm there. That's me. I'm drawing your attention to that. That means he's bringing you that calmness and the peace of mind in this situation. Okay, I'll just see what the final message is. It's now he's talking now. He says, I love you. We love you. We've got your back. Don't get too caught up in your head. Don't do that. Don't get caught up in your head. Don't get caught up in expectations. Nothing's supposed to be a certain way. Just go from your heart. Go from your heart. You're going to know. And it's like, we're going to be there. We're going to be connected to your heart. That pink light, that love, we're going to be there and we're going to be supporting you. So when you feel something even more strongly, then you know you're channeling our energy. And I'm going to leave you with that, Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl just said, I have a black butterfly and I would always know it's, oh, isn't that beautiful? There you go. Lovely. What a great team. They're a great team. I don't know if you've ever questioned that, but I'm going to tell you right now, on the other side, they're the perfect team, the perfect match. You know, I want to see like salt and pepper. You know what I mean? The perfect match. Lovely. It was pretty, you know what? She really wanted to come in for you. So that was really important to give you that support because she knows you need it. Okay. All right. Okay. have a gentleman in spirit who's coming forward. And it's so funny the way he's showing himself. I don't know what this is. It's, at first I wanted to say, you know, like those rubber, what are they? Rubber wading boots that are really high. They almost look like overalls for fishermen. It looked almost like those big wading boots. I think that's what it is. Because just as I said that, the image just got stronger. What is this? It's like wading boots, overalls, like a fisherman hat, you know, the ones with the brim. He liked the tools and gadgets. He seemed to like, oh, you're so welcome, Cheryl. He seemed to like tool. I feel this gentleman. So I have a gentleman who's coming through. I feel he was a fisherman. Unless I'm off on that, but it sure feels like it's rubber boots. And either like a, oh darn, what did I say? Like overalls or like a specialized kind of like apron. Like there's something that he's wearing. I don't know if it's, is it like rubber, plastic, leather? I don't know. What? Okay, you gotta, okay. A hat. What is he showing me? Okay. It's funny, and I'm almost seeing, was a fly fisherman. Oh boy, is this Cheryl? I can't want to be in Cheryl. Lynn, my fishing. Oh, okay, Lynn, let's see. Let me go on this. Because I did see like the, you know, those hooks and they have little, what are they, feathers or something on that? I saw that on his hat. And he's saying how he loved tools and gadgets, okay? And it was also, so tools, gadgets, I'm just writing this down to keep it in my mind so I don't float away. And like he's showing me like cleaning fish. I don't know, it's like, is this like a, it's like I was a pro at like deboning and cleaning fish. He's showing me fish, he's showing me a knife, and something about deboning and cleaning them. Like he knew how to do it. Flies, you call those? Okay, flies, okay. And he's saying I was in my happy place. Oh, he was a pro too. Okay, so see if both of you can take this. I'm trying to get more. He's showing me an image now, so I'm trying to go in the image. So what's he showing me? It almost looks like a, like a running, like a river or a stream. I'm seeing a lot of rocks, like big rocks kind of near the edge of the water. I'm seeing trees, I'm seeing the sun shining. I'm seeing like the water like running. I'm seeing him standing like on deeper in the water, putting out, and like peace of mind, like connected, like this is my happy place. This is, you know, this is where it's like he's saying, this is where I connect with God. He's saying it like that. This is where I have my, isn't that interesting? It's almost like he's saying, it's like, he's kind of laughing and saying to me, it's like, this is where I would have my spiritual experiences. And to me, it feels like it's like early in the morning. It feels like it's early in the morning. Not for you, Lynn? Okay. Can you take anything that I just said there, Cheryl? Lynn's saying no. And I feel this was like, it feels to me, it feels like early morning because I can hear the birds. And it's like, I'm just feeling his sense of peace and connection. This is all what he's relaying to me, and like a piece of, what is it? Like a understanding, wholeness. He's saying all that too. Me. Okay. All right. And why are you, okay. Cheryl's brother-in-law was a pro. Okay. I was just feeling into the relationship. I'm like, not dad, not grandpa, but who is this? Because it's somebody like in the family. Okay, thank you. You helped me out there, Lynn. Okay. He's saying, you know when you know there's something that you're meant to do? He's saying, that's what I was meant to do. He goes like, I found my, how's he saying it? Found my bliss. I found my Shangri-La. Isn't that funny? He's saying it like that. You know when there's something that you're meant to do and I found it. He's saying, because look how I excelled. And he's not like saying, I was so great. He's just saying, but like, look how I could do it well. So then I knew this was like my purpose, something that I needed to do. He's saying it like that. Wow, how important this is to him. So beautiful. Wow. Okay, let me see what else. Why is he coming through? So I just want to verify that I have this right. So his wife would be your sister, Cheryl. Is that correct? He's acknowledging his wife. He's bringing my attention to his wife. And it's like he's saying things like, he's acknowledging that when he passed, like her light dimmed. Do you understand that? And he's just showing me that, like the light dimmed, like not so happy, not so bright. And it's almost like he's saying, oh, your sister-in-law. Okay, thank you. So he's saying like, can you acknowledge that? He's saying, he's my husband's brother. Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you. But he's talking about, he's acknowledging his wife, and he's acknowledging that something about light dimming. And he's still aware of this. Like it's, yeah, she's always had a hard time. Okay. And it's still happening. Like he's saying that, like it's dimmed, it's dimmed. Okay, got to get on top of this. He's saying like that. Got to get on top of this. I don't know if his wife fishes, but it's almost like he wants her. What is this? They're a fishing spot that they would go to together or have a picnic. Because he's just like, I want her to go to this spot. So there's some kind of special spot. It doesn't necessarily just have to be fishing, because I just feel some other connection to this spot. It might have been a spot that they explored and found together. And there's some kind of like, almost like, it almost feels like romance with that. I don't know. I'm feeling like love between the two of them. So it's almost like I want her to like remember and revisit this spot. So, okay. Isn't this it? And he's also saying, you know what? He's saying something about watching. Oh, okay. That's why he's talking about the special spot. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. And can you take, because I was talking about that and you just gave me that piece of evidence there. Can you take that this special spot is near like running water, near where you could fish? Is that correct, Cheryl? Because he's saying to me, like when you see those fishermen, like he's showing me fishermen somewhere around the spot that you mentioned. He's like saying, when you see them fishing, I'm with them. He's saying it like that. I'm with them. My spirit's with them. It's like I'm reliving that passion, my joy through them. So he's like saying to his wife, like, go there and watch them and remember, because I'm there. And I don't want to like say like he's there, that's the only place he is, but places that he will be. So he's just asking her to do that, because it's going to be very the words he's saying eye-opening, but that's not the word really he wants me to say. It's going to be like a bit of like a heart opening to be in that space and see the other fishermen, because it's going to be about, she's going to learn about, okay, I understand. She's going to learn in that experience about the eternal nature of the soul and cycles in nature and how things continue and things are the way they're meant to be, and things, you know, you've got to embrace the unfolding of life. There's all this wisdom and this philosophy. It's almost like she's going to get downloads of dimmed her light, because again, he's saying her purpose is to heal and continue. And it's funny, it's like saying, continue my momentum. So has he, I just feel like he's taught her something or showed her how to do something in particular. I don't know if it's about making, what do you call them? The fish, the hook, fly hooks or whatever. I don't know if he's taught her how to do that, but there's something that she does or has learned connected to him that he wants her to continue. So there's something about continuing that. Oh, for his brother. Okay. So I hope you got that message, how important that is for the wife to go to that spot, because he's like, make sure, because it's going to be eye-opening for her. It's going to kind of crack that brick wall, like make a little bit of an opening, brother. I just heard Jack. I don't know if there's a connection to the name Jack at all, but he's just like, hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. He's like, hi. And he's saying his name, hi. But it's a weird hi. It's not like a hi. It's like a bro hi. You know, hi. Okay, let me see what he wants to say. He's saying how proud he is of his brother. And he's saying, I know this brother. I feel that he helped the wife, helped with things. He's saying, I'm so proud of you. He's like, well, how's he saying it? Like you're a good dude. I don't know what that means, but like you're, okay. Let me just get to that space. He's reliable. Always could count on him. It's funny, he's saying, I let go of some of my fear because of my brother. So that's significant in some way. And I feel that that's connected to his passing. He's like, I let go of some of my fear in the acknowledgement of my passing. And it's connected to his brother in some way. So I know he's saying that his brother supported him in some way that was really important. So he's acknowledging that. And he goes, don't you go thinking you didn't do enough. No. A little is a lot. He goes, you've got to understand, like, what's he saying? He's like saying, like, on the spirit plane, we don't judge things in levels, or like you did something more than this person, you did something. It's not about that. It's about the heart. He's saying it's about the soul. So never think you didn't do enough. I don't know. He's just giving me like memories of like their childhood and rough housing, and I don't know, what's he showing me? You know, boys will be boys. I don't know, it's either the woods or like, what is this? Like a fort. I don't know, he's just showing me things. Real outdoorsy kind of people. Really outdoorsy. There might be some connection here. Like I feel maybe possibly like to like hunting or hiking. I see a lot of outdoors things. He's just showing me a lot of outdoors things. Explorers, being creative, all those things. He's saying, okay. And you think, it's funny, he's saying, your pain's my pain. He's saying that for his brother. And he's like, hey, man, you just got to get off that. What is it? It's like, you got to get off that, what's he saying? Like, you got to get off that ledge. You got to get off that rock. You just got to keep moving forward one step at a time. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? And I feel that his brother has some kind of, it feels like mementos or something, like his fishing. I don't know if it's like photos or like a stuffed fish or like awards. There's something there, and he's just smiling. He's like, when you look at that, talk to me, I'm there. He's just saying it like that. Cheryl, if you can take that. Anything else that you want to say? Something about it being like a, what's he saying? Like a small world? What's he saying? It's a small world. It's a small world. It's almost like people coming together. It's a small world. It's a small world. He keeps saying that. Take better care of yourself. Get out of your head. Get into your heart. Something about, he said, just saying something about like, it's interesting, kind of something about like watch your words. Words can hurt. Something about watch your words. So I don't know if he's having like some kind of, it almost feels like mood disorder, moodiness. Maybe it's a bit of harshness sometimes. It feels like it's with his wife. Okay, he's just acknowledging that. So he's just saying, you know, go back to the good place. Go back to the good place. It's funny. Yeah, back to the heart. Go back to the good place. He's saying, remember, you celebrate me. You don't cry about me. He's just saying that. Celebration, celebration, celebration. And I'm going to leave you with all that, Cheryl. And, oh, wow. All right. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Lovely. I'll see if I can do one more reading. And I'm just going to say to the spirit world, nobody for Cheryl, even though she's very important. It was your day, Cheryl. That's awesome. Okay. Okay. I'm just writing down what I'm getting here. All right. Okay. I'm aware of a female in spirit. It's funny, I don't know why she's saying this, but she's saying skinny, skinny, skinny. She's talking about skinny, and it might even be a memory, like a childhood memory of being really skinny. And I'm seeing like almost like wool stockings, or I would call them tights. She's showing me like tights or wool stockings. I'm just hearing 50s. I just got 50s. And I really feel that there's a sister energy connected to this woman. What she's talking about. She's showing herself like dressed up. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like I'm getting a connection to her. Okay, I'm going to say it. As I'm seeing her dressed up, and she's giving me the image, it almost looks like Little Red Riding Hood. So I remember in the past, like sometimes girls' outfits, you know, it might come like with a little cape or a little sweater, or it almost like, I feel like it's something covering a dress, and this dress may be white and the covering is red. And I don't know why I keep getting like Little Red Riding Hood. I'm getting this issue of Little Red Riding Hood. And I definitely feel that it's a sister energy. Okay, you gotta give me some more here. And she's saying, you know, she was with me from the start. She's like, she was with me from the start to the finish. So that's why she's coming through to acknowledge that she was with me. She's talking about like childhood, tea parties, fun. And then I don't know, it's almost like that innocence, joy, lightheartedness. And then I feel like she's saying to me, like there was a bit of like of a shift, like she had some difficulties, but her sister was always there with her. That's what I'm getting. And she's saying she was with me there to the end. And it's almost like, you know, like losing your job. It's like losing a job, getting old, gaining weight. And I feel like there might have been even some issues around like alcohol. It was like she was always that breath of fresh sunshine, you know, that would pick me up, move me forward. So I just keep getting this acknowledgement of a sister-like figure. Now, it could be a very good friend that felt like a sister that you've known a long time, like a childhood friend, but it's like you picked them up and you were with them for the long haul. And I'm not getting any kind of messages anymore, so maybe nobody can take her. Let me just see what else. She's talking about mom. And if you didn't share the same mom, she would call your mom, because she's saying that. Mom. Acknowledging mom. Mom. She just keeps saying mom. Okay. And I feel this lady, I feel that she had a stroke, or she had something in which particular care was needed to help her in her day-to-day activities. My mind is being brought to stroke, challenges like you know, like cutting meat, you know what I mean, using her hands, possibly even like speaking, let me see, She may even have been at one point like in a wheelchair. In order to like get around a wheelchair, because there's something about mobility. It might be your sister, Shannon. Okay. She's, okay, Shannon, I think this might be for you. I'm just trying to feel into how she's presenting herself. You understand what she's saying about that you were with her for the long haul? That's like, I think, the most significant thing that she's saying. You were with her for the long haul, through the ups and the downs, the challenges, and she's just, it's like, you got her back on track. It's funny, it's like she's acknowledging your light, your humor, you got her back on track, you had so much patience, and she could just always rely on you Yes, till the very end, I was holding her hand when she passed. Ah, there we go. Okay, thank you. Because she was showing me like a very, in terms of her, you like caring for her near the end of her passing, I felt like very intimate, like physical touching, moving, helping. I could feel all that where she needed assistance and you were there for that. Okay, what do you want to? She's just saying, you know, and she's like, she's saying like, you're a wonderful caretaker. You understand that, don't you? And she's saying, because you take care of an awful lot of people, Shannon, she's saying. And she's saying, if anyone should have been a nurse, it's so funny she's saying that. You should have been a nurse. So I don't know if you ever thought about that or you talked about that with her, but she bringing up nurse is kind of significant for your sister. So she's kind of laughing and saying, you should have been a nurse. You're such a great caregiver, and it just comes naturally to you. She's saying it like that. It comes naturally to you. And she's just extending her hand. She's giving you a flower. A flower just to acknowledge everything that you did for her. And she's like, I want you to remember the lessons you learned through our relationship, our time together. Do you understand that, Shannon? Oh, your dad wanted, okay, there you go. My best friend was one also, there you go. She just kept going, nurse, nurse, nurse. Okay. Oh, darn, I forgot what I was saying. I got to go back now. Okay. She was extending the flower to you. And again, and I know, and I might be picking up on this because I do know yesterday when you had a reading from somebody and you got the white flower, and I've got to tell you, I'm getting a white flower. And it's funny because it feels like a tiger lily. You know, tiger lilies are usually orange, or they can be different colors, I guess. But this one's white, like it's pure. And I feel like she's acknowledging like your soul, how you're like a tiger at heart. Do you understand that? Like no one can like put you down or like cage you. You come out like a tiger. She's saying that. The lessons we learned, yeah. So she just it's important right now for some reason for you to be thinking about those lessons. She's bringing that up because it's almost like the wisdom that you've received from these lessons are going to assist you in what's going on right now in your life. Yep, I was saying the same thing about and the nurse part came through yesterday. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So she's coming through again. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Okay, she wants to acknowledge your daughter. I feel that, okay, she's making me feel that your daughter has some similarities with her. Is that correct, Shannon? And it's almost like, what is it? The similarities are like sensitive, vulnerable, what is it? Vulnerable disposition. Do you understand this, Shannon? Your sister's just making a connection to your daughter, some kind of similarity between her and your daughter. And she's saying, you know, yes, okay. And she's saying, I'm going to help her. I want you to know this, Shannon. She's saying, I'm going to help her. I'm leading her. Like, it's like she's leading her out of somewhere to like a brighter place. She's like, I'm leading her out. And she's like, don't worry about her because I'm overseeing things on the other side. She's saying that like that. I'm overseeing things. I'm watching, I'm overseeing things. I'm bringing good things in. I'm bringing good things in. And it's like, the good things is like health, happiness, wellness. She's like, I'm bringing good things in. And she said, and you know, if there was anything of any concern, I would let you know immediately. So she's saying that. So that I know that the two of you communicate, because she's saying, you know, our lines of communication are always open. Is there, I don't know, she showed me the beach, and then it looked like it was a rock, but it might not be a rock. It could be something else. So she's just showing me the beach, and she's showing me this object that I feel is very significant, and it's connected to her. It might have been like a ritual, or like a memory of her, like dedicated to her, acknowledging her. Can you take that, Shannon? So your sister was showing me the beach, then she was showing something to me. It looked like a rock. I could be off. It could be like a shell or something, but it looked like a rock. And it's like dedicated in some way to her. So she's just saying about this rock is really significant. And like is there writing on it, or symbols, or something about a rock? Something on the beach that is of significance, that people have put their mark on it, their stamp on it. So she just wants to acknowledge that. If you can take that. Okay. Shannon says, yes, I found a rock that said in living memory after she passed with the heart. There you go. Okay. So she wanted to acknowledge that. So she's very aware of that. That's why she brought that through, for you to know that. Okay. She's calling you little mama. I don't know why she's calling you little mama. She's just saying little mama and smiling. Little mama. It's like she's taking care of everything. She's the little mom. Everyone's little mama. I don't know. She's saying little mama. Okay. 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 I've just got to figure out who this is, because she's showing me a little boy, and I'm going two ways. I'm getting sun though. Like she's saying sun, 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 and I'm seeing a little boy. Shannon, can you take a sun for your sister? If not sun, I feel it may be your sister's son, but can you take a son for your sister? A boy? Your grandson. Okay, thank you. Because I keep getting, okay, so what does she want to say? She says he's bringing a lot of learning into the family. A lot of learning. It's funny. It's like a lot of learning and almost clearing. Do you understand? Both her son. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. All right. I was just kind of going into grandson. I'll see what she wants to say about her sons. But she's saying that your grandson is bringing a lot of learning into the family and clearing space. She's saying that. She's like, you watch him. Like, not in a bad way. Like, you watch him grow. You watch him develop. And I don't know what, she's like showing him in like a sports uniform. I don't know, I'm seeing red, white, and blue now. I feel like I don't know if is it football? Is it baseball? She's just saying, you watch him grow, you watch him develop. And she's just saying he's going to be in sports. That's going to be his thing. Like he's going to work really well, like on a team. And I'm just putting to the side here, but I feel like a military connection there too. Like maybe getting his education through military, or because that's going to be good for him, that organization, that structure, working with others. Okay, that's what she's saying. Okay, let me just ask her about her sons. Yeah, she's just acknowledging, and she's like this, one on each side. They're here, they're supporting me. We're together. everything is as it should be. She's saying that. And she's like, I don't know. Did you braid her hair? Would she braid your hair? She just keeps showing. She's like saying Shan. And then as she's saying Shan, it's like I see her like behind you. And one of you are braiding the other's hair. You know when you have those intimate moments and like you're braiding hair, you're doing makeup, stuff like that. And she's like, Shan. And you're talking. Very loving, very beautiful. There you go. He's wearing the red, right? Okay. So she's just bringing these memories. Like, I don't know, it's like braiding hair. I'm seeing braiding hair. Okay. And I'm just asking her, why did you come through? And she says, I'm just checking, like I'm checking in. Why is she checking in though? It's interesting that she would come in 2 days in a row. I'm just asking her why she came in twice. She's saying to me that you're very open to her, Shannon. It's almost like you have she's a direct spiritual connection to you almost. It's almost like, I don't want to say you're carrying her around, but there's something like almost like that. So being your teacher, I'm going to ask you to check your spirit space to make sure that it's cleared. Okay. It's almost like, yeah, okay, what is there? She's just, I like to check in. It's like, I like to check in on the old neighborhood, what's going on. It's like she goes to stores, she checks on the neighbors. She said she enjoys doing that. That's how she'll spend some of her time, just checking in on people, getting updates, what's happening, things like that. That's how she spends her time. And she said, you're one of my favorite people. So I just always end up sometime in that visit with you. She's just saying that. Oh, you asked her to, too funny. Okay, you asked her to for class? Okay. So she's just, okay. All right. Yeah. So all's good. She loves you immensely. And you just ask and bingo, she's there. She's there. Woo. And here's proof, right? You got 2 messages from her, one day after the other. That's just amazing. Amazing. So I went a little longer today. So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming. So our messages were awesome. We got a mom and dad that came through who are helping with a certain situation in the family. We had a wonderful, gifted gentleman, a fisherman who came through to give some healing to his wife. And then we had an awesome sister to acknowledge and thank her sister for everything she's done for her and to let her know she's returning the favor from the spirit world. So that's so awesome, awesome, awesome. So I just wanted to thank everybody again and just remind you that I do offer a variety of spiritual services such as mentorship, personal mediumship readings, soul readings, and so I'm going to be offering other services such as long distance healing, etc. I'm looking forward to be a guest speaker soon. I'm going to be going to, where am I going to? Cambridge in July, I believe. And then I'm going to go to London for Thanksgiving. And then I believe in November, I'll be going to another church. So just to remind, oh, and the other thing, you know, if people are interested, maybe I'll consider working on a workshop for meeting your spirit guides because it is so important. So I'm going to think about that. And I'll keep you posted on that. So just in closing, remember to keep your heart brave and your imagination wild because anything is possible. So lots of love to everybody. Thank you for checking in. Yeah. So remember, it's all from the heart. It's all about love. So I look forward to talking to everybody next week. Bye, Lynn. Bye, Shannon. You're so welcome. Bye, Cheryl. You're so welcome. You are a spirit hog, Cheryl. Cheryl, I think I've said this before. There's something in me about me and Cheryl. I just always kind of connect with her energy. So that's a good sign, Cheryl. That's a good sign. So lots of love to everybody. Take care. I'll post this shortly and I'll see you next week. Lots of love. Take care.